Oh, here we go again. How you doing, guys? It's old guy Jim here. Since we got rain again, which I'll show you that, I'm going to go ahead and make some different content today because I obviously cannot primer outside in this. Just a little while ago, it was storming really hard, and we got some more coming off in the distance, more coming in distance that way. It's been raining like mad crazy again. So I'm going to go ahead and make some different content for you today to show you what parts that I chose, why I chose them, and how much they cost. And let's get on that. I went ahead and pulled a bunch of car parts out of the car room. This place is just loaded with parts, absolutely everywhere. Behind the door, it's all packed up in there. Tons of little parts, clips for the door rods, and see, all brand new 10mm bolts. Anything that's visible in the car, like I said, I want it to be brand new. Just clips and clips and clips. Every window stripping around the windows. Every clip on the car pretty much broke when I took it off. When they get really old, of course, you know they do that. You go to pull them apart and they just snap. These are the clips that hold the trim around the windows. Clips for the the lower side covers on the car. Some vibrant parts. There's just so much to go through. How you doing, guys? Yeah. All right. You guys gonna let me out of the room? All right. Let's continue in the kitchen. I really wish I could make some content of the car outside, but the weather just isn't going to allow it. And of course, I told you why I can't primer in the garage. There's just too much in there. This is a B-Series swap linkage for EJ, and I bought this from Real Street. Everything is new, of course, on the show. I hate sloppy shift linkage. I know you guys too. And you guys also. This bottom piece right here, this red shaft you see right here, that part of the shifting linker is actually from VMS. It's actually from VMS. I really like the way that theirs was built. It's threaded so you can adjust the ball height for different ratios, of shifting. The top half, which looks like a K-tune, was actually an eBay piece. And what I did was, it didn't fit this big rod, so I drilled it out and then I put new set screws in it. The lighting is really horrible. Sorry about that. I can't get no light on it. There we go. You can see the set screws in there. Shifting linkage, like I said, is all new. The washers on the end, that big one right there, I bought from Honda. The one on the other side, I bought that new from Honda. And let me see if I got something on my lens, because it's not really focusing very well. Doesn't appear to be dirty. Let me wipe it off. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll focus. Zoom out. I'm all the way zoomed out. Okay, I guess that's the best we can do. The valve cover is B16. I just got these decals on here just for designs for now. Before I run the motor, I'll remove them. This piece here was actually off of eBay. It's a copy of a skunk. It actually fits really, really nice. I mean, it's built identical to the real one I used to have. It's a nice billet aluminum piece. When I painted this, I used a 500-degree high heat yellow, and I did clear it with urethane. Urethane usually handles, motor heat pretty good. It won't handle it on the exhaust, obviously. But I masked it off around here. I wanted it to look nice. I didn't want a bunch of paint down where my plug caps go. And I cut the front out so you can get your timing gears to adjust them. I have VMS timing gears, I do believe. And this sets in there. It just fits. Absolutely perfect. Really nice. This boot is new from Honda. All down inside there where you got your where you got the little ball joint in there that holds the shifter. That's all new and lubed. There's a cap that goes over here to a dust seal that I've ordered, kind of like the one on the bottom that is really hard to see. Let me see if I can get some light on it. There it is. Little dust boot on the bottom. You don't want crap getting in there. It'll start to make your shifter sloppy in near no time at all. These are the Allen wrenches that I keep with this, so I can adjust, all the set screws on the handle. There's some right here. There's a couple up in here. I don't know if I can get a picture of those. Yeah, there's all the set screws in there. Boy, that looks a lot more red a lot brighter red on camera than it does in person. It's almost like a pink out here, almost. But and this is energy suspension for for the back that bolts up in the car. It's got a metal plate that goes over it, which I ordered new, waiting for it to show up. So let me grab another part. We'll have a look at those. Oh, this piece here was, I don't have a clue how much I paid for that. Not at all. I can't remember. Maybe 150 bucks, possibly. And yeah, I'm hoping it's got a nice firm tight shifter. I hope. All right, as for the radiator, this is a Go AutoWorks unit. I gotta find it. Yeah, it says Go AutoWorks right there. It's triple core. Hopefully I'll get a lot of, I got a motor that's gonna be making 600 plus. Want to get as much cooling from a half radiator as I possibly can, so I went with a quality unit because none of us want to deal with overheating issues. I have cardboard on the front of it. When I was test fitting in the car, I hate the looks of a bashed radiator core. I handle these things like Chinese wet tissue paper because I don't want no damage to them. It's very important that you have a seal, on your fan, around. There's a nice seal there, and this is all enclosed in. Because when you just take the fan, you just bolt it to your radiator, you're not really pulling air directly through your radiator, and you will have overheating issues, especially when you live in a hot climate like I do down here in Louisiana, way down south. But it's a very nice piece. They call it their Mustang radiator. It has nothing to do with the Mustang, with the Ford Mustang, nothing at all. It's just they call it the Mustang radiator. This little nipple right there, that -6, I wish I could get stuff to focus. Well, my camera just does not want to focus for some reason. I don't know what the deal is. So anyways, that's a -6 fitting. This will come out, let me explain this to you. This is how you do it. This will come out and go into a Y. It'll go into a Y. One side will be -4 and one side will be -6. Let me go grab that Y for you. All right, many of you think, or I've had a lot of questions like, where's the motor? Are you done with the motor? What are you going to run for a motor? Because all you ever see in my videos is the car. I've never really gotten into the motor before at all. So let me kneel down here, which is a real chore because my arthritis is so horrible. All right, this is my CSS block. It's all done. What we have in here is Trom pistons, the H-beam Skunk 2 rods. They're coated race bearings. It was bored over to 18.5 and it was completely assembled by Jeff. I opted not to. I just don't have the tooling to properly put together a motor, and I see so many people losing motors because they just don't have the tooling to build a motor. And as you know, I don't like to speak of my condition anymore. I have one chance to do this. I have one chance to make a build. I'm not going to have a second chance. But this block has been fully built by Jeff, fully built. Now, what I want you to take a look at here, let me get some light on it. See if I can get it down there. I'm trying to get the light to hit it. Give me 1 second here. Okay, well, that's a little too bright. That's a little too bright. Well, that light's not working. Let me see if I shut it off, if that helps. Let's see. All right. Okay, see that piece right there? It's got a 6AN nipple on it. Right there. It screws right into the water jacket. That's a water jacket of the block. That's a 6AN nipple. God, I really wish I could get a better view of it, but I really can't. But you get the idea. It just threads in. It's got a 6AN nipple on it. That is your out. Your coolant will come out of there. Then I'll tell you where it goes from there. Give me 1 second. All right, here's where it gets crazy. Now, remember that nipple that I showed you on the block? That's where your fluid comes out. That, your coolant. The coolant will come out, okay? It'll come out and go right into this 6AN. This has to be a 4. I screwed a 4 on this side of the V, and this is 6 on this side. Okay, what happens when the coolant comes out of your block, enters here, goes into a Y? This side will go to the cooling ports on your turbo. This is probably the first time you guys have ever seen my turbo. Okay, there's your cooling ports on both sides. There and there. Okay, the coolant comes from the block, goes in here, comes out here. This side will go into there, and that cooling port goes through your cartridge, comes out that side. When it comes out that side, it enters into this 6AN, and this return goes over to the nipple on the radiator, the 6AN. That's your return of your coolant to the bottom chamber of the radiator. There's your little, screw to get your fluid out. That's how that works. From the block, into your turbo, out of your turbo, into the 6, out the 6, returns down here. So you're asking, what are the 4s for? What are the small 4s for? Okay, well, your coolant comes in from the block, goes into the 6, comes out that 4 as well, runs over to your, I'm not grabbing my stainless header, because everywhere you grab a stainless header, when you start the car up, you're going to have a fingerprint. So I don't touch them. Okay, the cooling port is right there. That's a 4 right there, and it comes out the other side, which I don't have a nipple for it yet, and that'll come out and return into this 4, which that returns to the bottom of the radiator as well. So all these go, this comes out of the block, this is in the middle of everything, and all your cooling gets ran through your turbo, your wastegate, and goes back in, returns there. Now, your turbo's cooled and your wastegate's cooled. I don't hardly ever see anybody cooling their wastegate. And if I'm going to pay $404 for a Turbo Smart genuine, not eBay, genuine wastegate, and they have cooling nipples on that wastegate, believe me, they got them there for a reason. So let me try to flip this over. I cannot believe how heavy these are. Good God. And all that weight hangs on these screws, the studs on your head. What keeps them from ripping out of your head is what I don't get. If you get a hard bump, that's got to be disastrous. Believe it or not, I don't yet know which ones are the cooling ports. This one down here actually has a cooling symbol. Oh, I do have it on there. And there's the other cooling one. Okay, let's do it again. From the block into the 6, comes out of 4, enters the 4, exits the 4, goes back into this 4, and this comes out, goes to the bottom of the radiator. Everything is now cooled. So are you clear on that? Did I make it clear enough on how it works? But if you guys have cooling, especially down here in the south, if you have cooling on a really expensive tile wastegate or a Turbo Smart that you bought, you got cooling ports, use them. Use them. There's a little rubber diaphragm, as you know, in here, and this cooling chamber inside pretty much goes right around that rubber diaphragm. And you can imagine the heat that's generated down here. You put your hand down here when it's running. I mean, what can you leave your hand there for? 5, 6, 7 seconds, and you got to pull your hand away because it's going to cook the piss out of you. So, anyways, use your cooling ports. Use your cooling ports. Some people don't even cool their turbo. That's insane. Living down in the south, Louisiana, Texas, Mexico, Arizona, your motor is just suffering. If you drive hard, even living up north, shit's going to get hot too. I mean, use them. This is a 1320 exhaust manifold. I almost went to eBay, but it's going to crack, so I didn't. I think I bought this. As a flawed unit. It's supposed to have a scratch in it somewhere. I'll be damned if I could find it, but I couldn't. Also, something else to note. This look online. Look at the 1320 top mount for a B series, and you'll see that for the wastegate mount, it comes out and it stops right there, and it's got a ring right there where it mounts. Well, when you mount the wastegate and it comes straight out, it bashes right directly into the radiator. There is no clearance. So I sent this off to Go Auto Works, and Greg at Go Auto Works built this so it turns down, and we pulled it back as close as we could to the header. There's very little clearance in here, right up in there. I had to move it this way and, you know, down and in, so it would actually clear the radiator. Now the wastegate sits kind of like, when it's in the car, it kind of sits up in here, but it's away from it. Unfortunately, this makes it so I can only run a hood exit exhaust, which I had planned on doing anyways. In my area, I live in a really small town. I know almost every police officer here, so it's pretty. They're cool. They're cool with me. You know, they know me. And the turbo itself is a GT3582. It is an eBay unit, dual ball bearing. I have a buddy who's been running this turbo for 3 years, and he doesn't even have any shaft play in his turbo. It was a great turbo, so I said, huh, you know, I didn't have the $1,800 for a ball bearing precision, which I really wanted, you know, a 6262 or something like that. So I went ahead and got this one since my buddy had such good luck with it. It's a really I got a lot of oil in there. It's a really nice unit, really nice. I bet you it makes great power. It does on his. He can make 30 plus psi no problem, which I'm opting not to go past 19 psi. With my build, it's overbuilt. Whatever horsepower I get at 19 psi is where I'm stopping. I just don't want to go any further. And okay, these are vibrant, and like I said, these pieces just screw on as the 4 adapter. Okay, if you guys got any questions, want to know where I get stuff, part numbers, hit me up and I'll let you know. Okay, on a clutch, you're building all that horsepower. What do you want to do? First off, you want to make sure it doesn't break. Here's the part number. It is 108-2202. These are the bolts that hold your pressure plate to your flywheel. I went with a 4-puck disc. You get maximum grab. This is a stage 5 competition clutch unit. I was going to go dual disc, but people said, hey, dual discs aren't so good on the street. I just heard things about them, you know, being grabby, wearing out fast, you know, not doing very well. But yeah, that's the 4-puck. And it comes with a throwout bearing. They send you a throwout bearing in the guide tool, and new bearing, you know, new pilot bearing. And this is the pressure plate. One hand Sam here. Okay, there's the pressure plate, stage 5. All right, and for B18, B16, and B18C, I do believe they all have all the same part number. There it is right there, if you can, yeah, there we go. Stage 5, 4-puck, ceramic, 8026-1420. Okay, that would be the pressure plate, the stage 5 pressure plate. Flywheel. Once again, what's the first thing you don't want your flywheel to do? You don't want it to break and come off. Get you some good, for manual transmission, get you some good flywheel fasteners. Part number for B series, B16, B18, B18C. And part number is 208-2802. That's the ones you want for your Honda. The flywheel. This is the competition clutch unit. There it is. This is the lightest flywheel I could find. I see so many builds out there and they don't replace their flywheel. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't driven with an 8.5 pound flywheel, which is the lightest steel flywheel competition clutch makes, you haven't lived. It is so incredible. When you get rid of that rotating mass that's directly bolted to your crank, your RPMs just shoot. It's unbelievable. You don't want to touch these because they have cosmoline on them, so they don't get rusted. So you don't want to handle any metal. Don't handle your stainless. It causes bad stains. And I'm trying to keep the car show quality because I like it to look really nice. So all you gotta do is just be very careful with things. That's all you gotta do. Just don't touch some things, touch others, whatever. Go touch your woman, what have you. Be right back. Okay, these are all parts, like I said, that everybody keeps asking me if I have. Have you built the motor? Yeah, I'm on it. So next box, we're gonna get into that one right there. One more note on the block: case breathers. Big ass case breathers. There's one there. There's one down below it right there that you see, it's silver, and there's another one right behind here. I have 3 massive case breathers because boosting puts a ton of pressure in your block, which is just no good. So let me get this plate out of the way. There we go. Okay, hold on a second, let me adjust this. Hope I don't drop my phone. That flowers you were seeing is I have my I have my camera mount suction cup to a plate, so that's what you were seeing. So give me 1 second. Okay, the rest of the motor, here it is. The cylinder head. It's a B16A2 cylinder head, you know, VTEC obviously. I bought an entire car, an EM1, just to get the cylinder head and the transmission. That's the only reason I sold the rest of the car, as is. I sent the head off to, there they are right there, Head Games, headgamesperformance.com, or headgamesmotorworks.com. That's who it is, and there's their phone number. They do fantastic work. It was either them or 4P. I really wanted to go with 4P, but the turnaround time was quite long, which I should have now, because, you know, here I am a year later after having these parts built, and still haven't got the motor in. Ferrera 6,000 valves, Ferrera 85-pound or 95-pound springs with titanium retainers, and I had the ports cleaned up, just kind of like deburred and cleaned up. But the head is completely done, ready to go on. Good to go. It is a beautiful sight as well. Okay, when I disassembled this car, I absolutely marked and bagged everything. Everything possible, marked and bagged. Because you got to remember, all this stuff goes back. Okay, I have a ton. I have over $1,000 worth of Honda OEM gaskets. Honda OEM gaskets are the only way to go. In my opinion, you go to O'Reilly's, you know, or AutoZone and get their gaskets. If Felpro crap, it's just going to fail. Let me get this out. OEM Honda oil pump. I was really confused when I ordered this from Honda, because it came back and it says Yamada on it. I was like, what the hell? Did you guys just send me just any pump you could find? Evidently, Honda doesn't brand their oil pumps anymore. They actually have them outsourced to Yamada. And I said right away, I said, hey, is this going to be as dependable as a Honda oil pump? You know, he says, well, no, it's still our same castings and everything. We just sourced them out. I'm like, well, okay. And when I sent this off to 4P, let's see, oh, there's the part number for the B16A oil pump. Anyhow, it's 15100-P72-A08. I thought that was like a PR3, but it says P72. But it is a B16 oil pump. You can tell by this around it right here that accepts the lower case cover for the B16. Anyways, I sent it off to 4P. I had it fully ported. Let me tell you what fully porting does, okay? And they check clearances. They made some other changes. Not sure what that was, but everything is ported. We're all RPM freaks, and when you rev the piss out of your car, your oil has a chance of foaming. And once you foam your oil, you have no oil. You lose oil pressure. You're going to start spinning bearings, burning bearings, what have you. Definitely, if you're going to build big horsepower and you're going to spin up that motor to, you know, 9+ grand or even 8,800, send your oil pump off to 4P. It's $150 to have it ported. Send them a brand new oil pump, or it's going to cost a little more. They got to, you know, they might have to make some repairs or replacements or whatever. But get yourself a brand new OEM Honda oil pump, send it out to 4P, have it ported, have it checked out, and you're good to go. The new guides for the lower cam gear, new guides, you know, to keep that belt straight. The even though you don't see them, the ones I took off the motor when I got it were really ugly. That's a no. This is a brand new seal, the seal that goes right around there in the oil pump. This is a brand new one that I ordered a long time ago. I don't know why I ordered an extra one. Maybe I figured I need it. I don't know. Here's the brand new rear, by also a Honda part. I only buy Honda OEM rear main seal. And here's the rear main seal cover. This is not new. Cleaned it up. I'm having a heck of a time getting this seal out. If you guys know how to, I pounded on this thing. I pounded on it to get that old seal out. If you guys got a trick on how to get that out, please put it in the comments down below and let me know how to get that out. I would appreciate it. Okay, all new front case covers. You know what these are? You know what those are? Timing belt covers. That's right. And here's the top half, front and back. I got them together inside there. Front and back. There's a part number if you want to know what it is. Now this is for B18. If you're going to do B18 build, these are the ones you want. For B18, you use all B16 front covers. When I ordered the bottom half, my buddy was hollering, no, 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 you need the one for the LS, need the one for the LS, but I'm running a B16 oil pump and I'm running a B18. When you do that, you want to get the B16 lower cover. It fits, I've checked it, it fits absolutely perfect. I got all the new seals that go around the covers, all the gaskets and seals, everything's brand new. I want the motor to look like it just came off a showroom floor. That's my goal. Alright, this video has gone way long, 25 minutes. It's going to take forever to upload because where I live the reception is terrible. I could go hours and hours for stuff that I have for this car. In there is a brand new synchro kit and cages for the transmission. A quiff differential. I'm going to pull that stuff out because I don't think I had before. Let me grab that stuff. Okay, I'm running way over on time. I got a few more things to share with you and the reasons why I got this stuff, and then I'll let you guys go because this is going to be forever to upload. Alright, in my opinion and a lot of other people's opinion, the king of king is the Quiff LSD. No doubt about it. For an SC4 hydro transmission, that would be the part number. I'm not sure if you can see it. I don't even know if that's the actual part number. Could be. But here it is. None of us like a one tire fire, and a lot of us neglect, even me in my past, of neglecting the diff in our cars, and we usually end up paying for it. All these bolts, remember this, the ring gear that goes on here, and you're trying on the diff, these are reverse thread. You tighten them in, they loosen. Left hand, they go in. These are all brand new by ARP, all the bolts. I had a hell of a time getting those, by the way. New wheel nuts, ARP of course, to hold on my damper. And this son of a bitch was not cheap at all. This is the ATI Race Street damper. Fluid damper, you absolutely got to have it. If you guys are turning high RPM, oh my god, do not get aluminum pulleys. If you got an aluminum pulley on your Honda and I see it, I'm going to do you a big favor and take it and steal it and go melt it somewhere with a torch. Do not use aluminum pulleys. These $360 pulleys that are fairly heavy are made this way for a reason. Do not argue with the manufacturers. Do not argue with real racers. Get a dampener of quality. Doesn't have to be a ATI super damper. Just get a good damper. Take my word for it. Save your oil pump. Save your main bearings. Get one. As for the transmission that we always neglect, not this time. I got the big bearings ordered from Honda. Let me grab one up here. There's the part number right there. I'm not sure if you can see it. Get my big club finger out of the way. Let me move it around here. Hold on. There it is. It looks like 91005PC9008. This is the big bearings that go on the end of the diff on both sides. One up here, one down there, that holds it in your transmission. Every bearing, every every synchro, every synchro cage, everything in the transmission is absolutely brand new. The only thing I kept in the transmission that's not new is the shafts and the gears that are on the shafts in the transmission. Everything, synchros in the cages, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. This is an interesting looking unit right here. This is, and for a man who's never tore inside a transmission before, I'm going to have myself tons of fun figuring that out. But there's a really good video out there by Honda Street Garage when he's going through an S4C Hydro SI transmission. And yeah, everything brand new inside the transmission. This is the first time I've ever went this far inside a transmission. Once again, OEM Honda parts out the yin yang everywhere. These are all transmission parts. Every boot, every seal, every bearing, everything is in that box down there. Everything. The transmission is hopefully going to be bulletproof. I'm going to use 1,000 horsepower shafts because I don't want to deal with broken shafts. This is for the, of course, this is for the ATI dampener. ARP once again. I use ARP wherever possible. Build your transmission, guys. I know it sucks. Working on them, none of us have a lot of experience. We want to get driving our cars. We don't want to spend the money on them. Just do yourself a favor, do your transmission, get a LSD, no more one tire fire, and much lower ETs. I can't really get back there, but I'm going to try. There's so much stuff in this room. There it is. That's my S4C SI transmission. Now I was going to go with a it's a 4.266 fifth gear final drive overdrive and put it in that transmission. When I was looking up online from a Honda website, the final drive on the LS fifth gear that everybody's after is also 4.266. So I don't have to change my fifth gear in that transmission. It's already 4.266 ratio. It's already got an overdrive fifth in it. But yeah, just do it. Get the good stuff. Okay guys, I really hope that you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and if you would, while you're sitting there watching the video, I know everybody asks you to do stuff and I don't do it either, but if I see someone who's really trying, and I'll go ahead and forward a video to someone else or make a recommendation. Or I've actually posted many people's YouTube channels on my Instagram, on my Facebook, to try to get them some more subscribers. But I really would appreciate you to help me out on that. Please give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. There's a lot more stuff in this room that we could go through. I mean, just tons. I've got $17,000 into this car so far. I really didn't mean to do that. I honestly didn't. I just kept upgrading. I had a budget of $13,500 when I started, and now I'm at 17, and I need another $5 grand to finish it. The electricals alone are $2,200. I got to get. I'm going. Rye wire, the best ECU, all that good stuff. Quality electricals are important. Rims and tires, I figure I might be able to escape for $1,500. I got the Lexan to put in it. I got to finish that paint out there that this friggin' weather absolutely will not let me finish. It's killing me. I've been feeling okay lately. As you all know, I have cancer. I've been feeling okay. I've been falling a lot lately. My equilibrium is kind of wacky, and I fall down. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. Maybe I got a brain tumor. Who the hell knows? But thank you. Thumbs up, like, subscribe. Suggest my videos to others. I really need your help. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I really like to do that, and my main number one reason for making these videos is when I do pass on someday, my wife can go back and read the comments that all you great people left for me, saying good stuff about her husband. She can hear my voice and she can see me. That's very important to me. I'm just a wreck, ain't I? I mean, God, I'm a mess today. Anyways, I don't want you to take this video as me as gloating about the expensive stuff I bought, because Jesus, trust me, if I could have spent a lot less money, I would have. But the reliability just quite isn't there when you go cheaper on some things. Anything that's internal that I can't quickly change in 15 minutes, I didn't skip on any money. Inside the transmission, inside the motor, anything that is not easily accessible, spend the money. You don't want to go back in there, especially your block. I mean, who wants to do that twice? Get yourself, some Tron pistons like I have in mine, some good H-beam rods, get the coated race bearings, send it all to CSS, and let Jeff do his thing. Let him measure everything out right down to the micro thousandths and get it perfect for you. You're going to thank yourself, you're going to thank Jeff, and you're going to thank Jesus that you did. Doing it at home, it's fine. It really is. I personally had not had much luck doing it at home. It's been a disaster actually sometimes. But look at me, look how tired I am. I'm exhausted. I slept 8 hours last night. I just look like ass. But anyways, like, subscribe, forward my videos to somebody, and I appreciate you. I love you guys, and I'm trying to get that car painted, and I will as soon as I get the first chance. I promise. All right, I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you. All right, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all very much.